Cek cek. Hello guys, assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my channel. Today, let me explain you about my proposal in subject research methods ya. Nanti di sini akan dijelaskan research proposal title-nya, lalu ada aims-nya juga apa gitu nanti. Tapi by the way sebelum dijelaskan, kita dengarkan yang satu ini. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. Oke, segitu aja. We start from abstract. This study aims to analyze the metaphors in Whitney Houston's selected song lyrics. The greatest love of all is a mashup single. The songs chosen are Whitney Houston's top charts, songs on the Billboard Top 100. The research question is what types of figurative language and message are found in Whitney Houston's selected song lyric. This study employ content analysis or document analysis. There were two sources used in this study to find out the types of figurative language in Whitney Houston's selected song lyric. The primary object is three selected Whitney Houston song lyrics. The secondary objects are the theories and information about the figurative language and the structure of song lyrics. In addition, the data collected in this study was validated by the experts. The results show that there are types of figurative language used in Whitney Houston selected song lyrics, and there are some message in the song lyric meaning. Okay, in chapter 1, introduction, background of study, music is a part of our life, yeah, and then music can be categorized into many genres, such as classic, pop, jazz, country, and western, rock and roll, and rock. Rob Blue Skies, 1967, states that the purpose of popular music is not to educate or influence. It is to offer a broad range of expression with something to please everyone. Popular music gives expression to small joys and sorrow that our lives are mostly made up of P12. In other words, popular music is an art that grabs and pictures the moment, and it can be considered that pop is the music that is popular among people of all age. Whitney Houston is chosen by the researcher since she is a pop music singer and her songs were famous among different age, including teenagers. Popular music helps teenagers learn English. It is used since teenagers are likely to be attracted by beautiful and poetic lyric, which are easy to be recited and remembered. Jane 2009. Whitney Houston selected lyric meet the beauty and poetic aspect, which are very attractive for the listener. winning over 400 awards, including 6 Grammys, 2 Emmys, 30 Billboard Music Award, and 22 American Music Awards, makes Whitney Houston the most awarded female musician of all time. It shows that Whitney Houston is popular among the people in the world. Greatest Love of All is chosen by the researcher to be the selected songs. Greatest Love of All was the single released on March 18th, 1986. Poetic language is used by the song's authors to convey their message and meanings not only in linguistic but also in literary works. Jati 20 and 18. The use of this language will help the listener or reader to get the sense of imagination that the others want to express. The figurative language was chosen by the researcher to be analyzed in the 3 Whitney Houston selected song lyrics. The previous study which talked about metaphor is seen on Jati 20 and 18. In the research entitled An Analysis of Metaphor found in Bring Me to Horizons selected song lyric. A similar study also conducted in a study of figurative language in the script album No Sound Without Silence, Harmas Tutti 20 and 16. And then a statement of the problem. The statement of problem is the research are: number one, what is the figurative language that finds in the greatest love of all lyric? How can number two, how can the message that conveys in that song give a positive impact on the listener? Okay, and then scope and limitation of the study. In this thesis, the writer would like to analyze figurative language, which is contained in the greatest love of all song, and the message that find in the meaning of song lyric. Goals of the study: the writer has the goals of making this paper based on the topic that the writer is going to analyze, namely, number one, to analyze the figurative language in the greatest love of all song lyric, and then to describe the message conveyed by the author in the song The Greatest Love of All. And then function of the study. The study is expected to be useful for further study and enrich the linguistic work, especially for the next writer who is interested to analyze the same types of linguistic song. Besides, it is also hoped to be useful for reader who want to know the deep meaning of the lyric in the song. Moreover, to give more information and understanding for writer and another researcher to analyze a song, especially based on linguistic perspective. And in chapter 2, review of literature and theoretical framework. Okay, review of literature. This study takes some previous studies that have similarities on the object of analysis, figurative language in The Greatest Love of All, to support the writer on analyzing the song. First journal by Ernianti Nurfata Hela Dewi, investigating figurative language in Lose You to Love Me song lyric. This journal also used the song lyric as a main object for the research. She discussed about the figurative language in the song. This journal helps me to understand more about what types of figurative language and the message that contain in The Greatest Love of All lyric. The second analysis, Nadia Aprilia Prayitna, 20 and 15, an analysis on a connotative meaning and message in Linkin Park song In a Thousand Suns albums. Based on the phrase you study above, the researcher get more understanding about analysis the song lyric. The researcher also use the song lyric with several journals so that the researcher can understand to do analyzing about the greatest love of all in linguistic aspect that have been discussed before. The difference between this study with the previous study in the researcher used the greatest love of all song lyrics as a main topic for discuss and find out the figurative language, also the message that contained in the song. And then theoretical framework. The greatest love of all is song written by The Greatest Love of All is song written by Michael Messer and Linda Creed. The song received positive criticism and became the biggest hit topic chart topping chart in Australia, Canada, and United States, and reaching the top 20 in most countries, including Italy, Sweden, and the UK. Whitney Houston was on to something with her song "The Greatest Love of All." In this framework, the researcher to finding some variable to make this paper based on the topic. The researcher examined the effectiveness of using video on YouTube to improve the understanding the song lyric. Also, the researcher was looking for the meaning of the lyric by translating. Chapter 3: Research Methodology. Approach of the study. The study was qualitative research, which is used to understand the subject's attitudes, behaviors, values, system, perceptions, and then motivation. Qualitative research relies on the text or image data, and usually it has unique steps in analyzing the data. Creswell 20 and 14. This study described and explained the conceptual figurative language found in Whitney Houston's selected song lyrics. The technique that was used in the study was content analysis or document analysis. The selected song from Whitney Houston used in this study, "Greatest Love of All." This song contained figurative language that will be used as the data. The types of data in this study was the expression or utterance of metaphor found in song lyric. This research used a qualitative approach because the data are in the form or song lyric. Documentary analysis was applied to find out the meaning contained in the song lyric, the message, and figurative language in its writing. The songwriters or composer usually beautify the language they use by any figurative language so that the listener will be more attracted to listening to the song. And then data source, the researcher searched the song lyric from some sources such as YouTube, music device and website or article on the internet. The data were from the lyric of Whitney Houston's song, which contained figurative language entitled "The Greatest Love of All." Collecting data, the researcher collected the data by downloading the songs and the lyric, reading and song lyrics, making a list of the expressions that contain connotative meaning and reading in deeply to get moral message inside the song. Method of data analysis. The researcher analyzes the data by identifying the connotation meanings, figuring out the message and correlating the contribution of the connotation to the message. The researchers analyzes the data by understanding the lyrics in detail by singing in many times. The process started with reading the lyrics, attempt to find the word, phrase, and sentence which contained the figurative language and grasping the meaning of each figurative language. Then the researcher made a note which was one of the used figurative language. Also the researchers do repetition in singing the song in order to understand deeply about the meaning in the lyric song. Chapter 4: Figurative language in the greatest love of all song lyrics. Figurative language is the intended implication of the words, sentences, and expressions entitled to not concur with their literal meaning. In other words, figurative language refers to words and word groups that sensationalize or change the common meaning of those words. Elements, song lyric are used to express system of the statement of moral states of mind, deeply felt emotion, and ethical or philosophical values. Myers and Sims, 1989. It can be derived from that statement that song lyrics are used to deliver something important to the listener. The other half purpose is making in the song lyric. They wanted to deliver a message to the audience. In delivering the message, there are several structures of song lyrics that are usually used by others. Metaphor. A metaphor is figure of speech that makes a comparison between two unlike things as literal meaning. Metaphor creates implicit comparison without the express use of like or as. Metaphor is a means of asserting that two things are identical in comparison rather than just similar. This is useful in literature for using specific image for concept to state abstract thoughts. Here are some lyrics that the writer find in this song. Types of metaphor in Whitney Houston selected song lyric. There are, number one, conventional metaphor. Conventional metaphor is the type of metaphor that can be found in everyday language or in daily conversation because the conceptual system is already structured. Lakoff and Johnson, 1980, stated that to understand the concept, there should be an understanding of concept first. In the greatest love of all lyric, there are 5 conventional metaphor. Number one, give them a sense of pride, and then everybody searching for a hero, and then never find anyone who fulfill my need, and then never to walk in anyone's shadows, and then have found the greatest love of all inside of me, gitu. And then based on the lyric above, the first confessional metaphor that appears in the greatest love of all song lyric is found in the fourth line ya. Di sini ada give them a sense of pride. The term give a pride here don't represent their literal meaning. The term pride abstract object, but it is viewed as a trouble or non-abstract object. The concept of pride here is viewed as the goal after someone give this the thing that is needed gitu. And then give them a sense of pride doesn't mean giving a thing called pride, but it is giving something that is presented by the term pride. It is classified as conventional metaphor because the term pride is representing another concept as stated by Lakoff and Johnson. The similar concept also appears in the term searching and hero found and needs, walk and shadows, and then as well as is found and insight, which are found in this song lyric. Mixed metaphor stated by Lakoff Johnson. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Gitu. And then ada because the greatest love of all is happening to me. And then the first mixed metaphor found in the song lyric is teach them well and let them lead the way. The words teach and lead then represent their literal meaning. And then the concept of teach and lead cause conflict since they are not related. For that reason, this metaphor is classified as mixed metaphor, specifically impermissible mixed metaphor because both concepts don't have any correlation. This concept is also found in the terms love and happening in the greatest love of all song lyric. New metaphor. Oke, di sini ada the children, the children of our future, and then ada a lonely place to be. The children are our future. The term children and future do not represent their literal meaning, but of the term represent a new concept made by a song authors. The concept of the future can be seen as hope or fate of the children. The moral message and the greatest love of all. If you dig up into the lyric, it will make us more confident because this song has so many moral message in it. Among them are how children will become future leaders. Therefore, we must educate them very well and help them in facing their future. The song, The Greatest Love of All, really inspired the writer, especially regarding the meaning of the power of love. It is one of the lyric that contains a moral message. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least live as I believe. Ya, seperti itu. This quote has inspired the writer that we must live with conviction and decided our own way or life of life. In the sense that we don't live under the shadows of other people. At the end of song, it says the greatest love of all is self-love, and this reminds the writer about how important that is. Love for ourselves in the sense of not being selfish, but loving ourselves to find our strength, the ability to stand on our own feet, the courage to decide what is the best for ourselves, and the ability to give people unlimited love to others because we are one of the source of all love in these words. Conclusion: the study has analyzed songs, the greatest love of all by Whitney Houston. Based on the findings and discussion above, the researchers conclude that there are three types of metaphor used in the Whitney Houston selected song lyric. There are conventional metaphor, mixed metaphor, and new metaphor. There is a total of 9 metaphors found in the selected song lyrics. They consist of 5 conventional metaphor, 2 mixed metaphor, and 2 new metaphors. Each type of metaphors appears in selected song lyrics. The moral message that contained in the greatest love of all, it emphasizes how children will become future leaders. Therefore, children must be educated properly so that it can help them in facing their future. Okay, thank you for the intention. So thanks for watching too, and then hopefully we can get a habit and stay healthy. And bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.